Canal Day. Dun, 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 dun. We're in the Mediterranean right now, and we're heading towards the Suez Canal. So, yeah, we're gonna anchor up, and then tomorrow morning we should be in the second convoy going through the canal. So, I'll take you guys along for the journey. So before we even get to the canal, there's a bunch of prep work that we have to do. Nothing too crazy. Staging the cranes to pick up the line boats, getting the ACOM ladder ready for the pilot. But the biggest project of the day was getting the Suez light out of the forecastle and mounted on the bow. The canal requires all ships to have one of these special lights. It has a certain brightness and width and blah blah blah. But if you want to go through the canal, you've got to have one of these lights. Once we made it to the anchorage, we checked in with Port Said. Then we dropped the hook. Before we enter the canal, let's do a little breakdown. The canal sits all the way on the eastern side of the Mediterranean. It connects the Med to the Red Sea. On the north part of the canal, you have Port Said, and on the south part, you have Port Suez. And in the middle of the canal, you have the Great Bitter Lake. Keep in mind that the northern part of the canal has two waterways, one for north and southbound traffic, unlike the southern part of the canal, which only has one waterway for either north or southbound traffic. Fun fact, the Ever Given went aground right around here, blocking the entire canal, north and southbound traffic. Alright, let's continue into the canal. To everyone's surprise, instead of us joining the second convoy in the morning, they had us join the first convoy in the middle of the night. Yeah, Suez Canal. Woke up to the madness, passed out, and yeah, we're already in the canal. This is my second time through, so it's not as magical as the first time, but it's still pretty cool. It makes the day go by faster, is what it does. So there's so much going on, there's so many moving parts, the pilots coming on and off, the line boat, being on the helm all day. There's a lot going on, so it's definitely a fast day, which is nice. But yeah, Suez Canal during Corona. Fantastic. Because we've already been in the canal for so long, we already had the pilot on board and we were well into our helm rotation. Every ship's different, the way they rotate the helmsman, but on this ship there was 3 of us, so pretty much an hour at a time. Hour on, hour off. Not too bad. The pilots seem to be on somewhat of a rotation as well. Throughout the whole transit, I think we picked up 3 different pilots. All the pilots I dealt with were pretty nice. Small course changes, polite, soft-spoken. To be honest, as long as you give them some food and their carton of cigarettes, they're usually in a pretty good mood.
What happened?
Cigarettes are definitely the love language of the Suez Canal. It's not uncommon for a ship to give out a whole case, not a carton, but a whole case of cigarettes in one trip. As far as being on the helm is concerned, it's not hard. It's pretty easy to steer in the Suez Canal. You're moving at a pretty good speed, there's not really any currents, and for the most part, it's pretty straight. But God forbid something does go wrong, let's say engine failure. We brought on the line boat to save us. So the line boat is a small crew we pick up at the beginning of the canal, and we carry them through the whole canal. For whatever reason, if the ship has to stop, instead of us blocking the canal, we'll deploy the line boat and it'll tie us up to some of the bollards along the canal. But the real purpose of the line boat is to be a goddamn Suez Canal gift shop. You want to check out the shop? Let's go see what the line guys have. $10. This is a good Egyptian cotton, huh? Yeah. So three of them, it's $20.
Yeah. That's that.
Thank you guys. If you guys are enjoying the video, please don't forget to hit that like button, or maybe even consider subscribing. But regardless, thanks for watching. There always seemed to be some kind of dredging operation going on, moving sand from one place to another. Okay, let me see if I can explain this right. So earlier I mentioned that we were supposed to be in the second convoy. Why that's important is because there's 2 southbound convoys every day. The first convoy starts early in the morning, they go down, but then they anchor in Great Bitter Lake and let the northbounders pass. Then the second southbound convoy, then they pass. Then after the second southbound convoy passes, then we leave and continue through the canal. So, moral of the story is we'd be anchored in Great Bitter Lake for about 8 hours. The good news is, once you leave Great Bitter Lake, Port Suez isn't too far. You know, a lot of guys always complain about the Suez Canal, and for a lot of reasons it is a hassle to cross the Suez Canal. But you can't argue, the canal is a wild and unique place. It's definitely an experience crossing it. I consider myself pretty lucky for being one of the few who have. Not to mention, it's nice to spice up the day once in a while. And after about, I think, 16 hours, we finally let the line boat guys go, called it a day. And the next morning, we woke up in the Red Sea. Woke up back to our daily routine. Back to another normal day at sea.